Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. Now I'm going to be showing you how we can create an outdoor sunlight effect inside the studio. So we've got a direct sunlight effect. So what we got is our studio light, which has got no lighting modifier on it. It's just going to be bare bulb, and we've got Hannah back with us today. Now, normally she's in like the middle of the backdrop floor, but we've got her right up against it at the moment. So if we point this light back towards Hannah, can you see we get this strong shadow effect on our backdrop? Now, if we get Hannah starting to walk forward towards us, can you see the closer Hannah gets to this light, the shadow gets softer and softer? And what we want for this shoot is this shadow to be as strong as we can get it. So we are creating that hard light sun effect that we get on a summer's day. So if I get Hannah moved back again, if that's okay. So I'm going to be shooting this at 200ths of a second, I think 6.3, 100 ISO. And I'm just going to show you just a photo we're going to do now. And we get this wonderful shadow behind Hannah. What is interesting about this lighting setup is the shadow is right behind Hannah. It's kind of a little bit hidden too. So what is really interesting, if I just do a few more shots like this, just to show you a few examples, what is worth doing is if we move this light to a slight angle, can you see that shadow now moves to the opposite side of Hannah? So if Hannah does some more poses like she was just doing, can you see we now get more of that shadow appearing? And as Hannah keeps her arms open like triangle shapes, we get these awesome shadows now appearing on our backdrop. We get some really interesting effects here. And this is just bare bulb. There is no lighting modifier whatsoever. And this is kind of quite editorial too, having this really hard light effect. And it's just so easy to do. And then if you do want more shadow appearing, we can just move this light further around, and you can see that light now is just getting further and further over to away from Hannah. But as we go too far around, as we just have here, can you see the shadow ends up getting a lot bigger? So what I would say is try and keep this light within, so probably starting from here and then all the way round to the opposite side, just so then if Hannah does another pose for us, we're just keeping that shadow proportionate to Hannah, and also sharp as well. But if we go back round this way, we kind of got a nice radius we can work to, just moving this light around, capturing different shots. We can shoot higher or lower, getting different effects. If we want to be shooting slightly upwards, we can just get these wonderful different effects appearing. Now, as we are in quite a low studio, when Hannah puts her hands up quite high, we do end up clipping the top of the backdrop, but we can just try some different looks. And what we can do, which you're just starting to see me doing here, is I can move to the opposite side of the light. So if I now come round here and get some other shots, the shadow's in a completely different place, and we can capture some different approaches to this. So you don't always need to be head on towards Hannah and just moving the light. You can move yourself around. So it's a bit of a really open-ended lighting setup you can now achieve. We can even come further round here, kind of as if Hannah is actually resting against the white wall. Capture some really great shots here. Might just get a few of Hannah just looking towards me as well. That's perfect here. And we can just keep on playing around. We could even come around this side if we do want a smaller light source, and just come around right here, just grabbing a few others and some more different effects. So we actually got a more solid shadow this side because we are the same side as the light. Just getting some really cool approaches there. Now, I quite like it personally doing this when the light is at a slightly 45-degree angle, so we are getting it, giving a nice shadow to one side. Is that the furthest back you can go? Is there any further? Yeah, okay, because if Hannah goes any further back there, the other thing we have done is normally when we do backdrops, we have quite a sloping backdrop from the floor to the wall. But what we've actually done to give this shadow effect is there's a very small curve on the bottom of the backdrop. So there's a lot more of a steeper curve. So Hannah's right on at the edge, because if you've got a large curve, Hannah will very easily put her foot through the paper. So we just want to be making sure she is not actually going to put her foot through. We can just carry on getting some great shots here, doing this. And we just get some really wonderful effects, and it's just so easy to actually do. It's probably the cheapest and easiest photo shoot you can actually do, because there's no lighting modifier whatsoever. Now, we are in a small studio, so what we might get, well, actually, we're not going to might get it, we're definitely going to actually get it, is we're going to have light bouncing off the ceiling, because this light is not just pointing at Hannah, it's going up into the ceiling, down onto the floor. So we are shooting white on white, and everything's going to become part of the light source. So when you do set up this lighting setup, just make sure that your model is is correctly exposed, because if we just go a little bit off, so just open up the aperture a little bit as if you had done it wrong, you're going to end up with a very bleached look. So you just want to make sure you are getting Hannah or your model correctly exposed. Now I'm just going to do a couple more, but I'm really liking that. Might just get, yeah, that's a perfect shape, loving that. Really am getting some great effects there. And I would be really pleased with that. So if you're doing any kind of fashion editorial lighting and you're very limited with equipment, just give this a go. You never know, you might achieve some really amazing results. Now, thank you, Hannah, for modeling for us. Thank you guys for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you all in the next video.